Welcome to another Dragon Ball Z figure review. This time we're going to be looking at my favorite character of all of Dragon Ball, Vegeta. This was the first Vegeta figure I ever got, which was originally released by Bandai in his original Saiyan uniform. Typical Bandai thing going on here. Armor comes off, only arm articulation. It's actually It's actually not too bad looking. It is a little bit on the kitty side. I mean, it looks like he's wearing pajamas, like especially take off the armor. I mean, not much definition in the character at all. It just not really matured looking enough, but it kind of makes sense because he was kind of short and squattish when you first see him, so it's alright. Next figure I got was also released by Bandai, which matures the character a little bit more in his Super Saiyan form. This is kind of weird because it kind of gave him like a greenish brown armor on these parts when it should have been golden. And this does come off, and you can see he's a little bit more mature looking now. You actually see some definition in his muscles, which is good. The only real bad thing about this one, which I never really liked, is just how wide set his eyes appear to be. Like, especially in the pupils here, just looks kind of odd. But other than that, it's a great looking figure. Only articulation his arms, and his hands and feet come off, so that's always great. Next, I'm going to be looking at a figure released by Jakks Pacific, which takes place during the Namek Saga, and this is probably my second favorite Vegeta figure overall, just because I really like the uniform that he wears during that saga. Just a solid white piece, armor going around. This one does have a paint effect in the eyebrows here, where they're kind of mushed together, but it's alright looking. His elbows are nice. Shoulders are a little stiff. Other than that, it's really great looking. The head itself is kind of a repaint of a later on figure, but I'll get to that one here in a second. It's a great looking figure. Definitely still has this kind of sinister, old, evil look going on here. So this is why I think this is where he's still evil, but he's starting to learn to have an actual heart, but it's still part of my favorite era for Vegeta. Next up is a Vegeta figure released by Erwin Toys, and this was the start of the Android saga. And same uniform as you saw in the Bandai figure, but a little bit more accurate. This is a little bit simplified because the first Erwin Toy figures were kind of dull looking. The face is a little, I don't know, it almost looks like he's, has a hemorrhoid or something. Just total discomfort look in his face. Limited articulation just in the shoulders, knees, and hips here, and in the neck, of course. But other than that, it's alright. Definitely not one of my favorites at all, but by no means it's not a bad figure. This is a Super Saiyan Vegeta figure from the Cell Saga, which was released in a 2-pack with Ultra Super Saiyan Trunks, which was in my first DBZ review. This is one of my favorites just because it has the perfect, cocky look going on there, and the hair is different. It's a totally unique mold going on here, but he's constantly kind of looking down. It's very difficult to actually have him looking straight on. But nothing really totally stands out about this figure. As much as I would really love it, it's just kind of boring looking, especially when you look at the Ultra Super Saiyan Trunks figure. This is the Majin Vegeta figure, which was released by Erwin Toys. Now this is one of the more common versions of this figure because it was originally released with black hair. It was also released with yellow hair in this first wave, but it was really hard to come by. It was really rare so I never got a chance to get a hold of that original version. But this is a awesome looking figure. The definition of muscles that they put in with the paint highlights is a really good touch. And the neck here, and the Majin sign on his forehead is pretty cool. Face is really nice. The hair, just an all-around really great figure. Just a little bit weak on the articulation, but this was repainted later on into a more accurate figure with the Super Saiyan hair. I think it was released in a 2-pack. I'm not 100% sure, but the kind of made the sacrifice for the yellow hair, because the detailed paint applications on the skin and all the rest of the body is gone now. It's just kind of boring looking. And this arm is also kind of loose, so I'm sure it's just a problem of mine. But this had the potential, but just because they kind of went lazy in the paint application, it's really nothing that special about this one. And these are 2 repaints of the previous 2 figures, without the Majin symbol on the forehead, just in the basic Super Saiyan form. This one has the golden hair, which actually ends up looking like greenish brown, so it's hideous. And this one has the same idea, but it has kind of a sparkle look to the overall, like in the clothes. You can see how it's kind of metallic-y looking, and in the hair. This one is just very cheap looking, so it's just a cheap repaint just to make a little bit of profit for them. It was another figure originally released by a company in Europe, which was released here in the US by Irwin Toys. Same thing, pretty goofy looking. The hair is pretty big for the whole body. The torso is kind of weird looking. His arms are stuck in his, like he's doing some sort of exercise here. And the face overall is just really goofy looking. You can see there. Typical style, only arms and neck articulation. And this was the last figure to be released that I have by Jakks Pacific, from the Majin Buu saga. He's dead, has a halo, which they took from the angelic Goku figure. Kind of mixed match between this one's head and a couple of the others' bodies, so kind of have a hybrid going on here, but still really nice. You can tell it's like he's supposed to be fighting Kid Buu, so it's not a bad figure all around. Just kind of dull looking. Nothing really all that special about it. Now this was one figure that I was really looking forward to, which is Vegeta in his appearance that he gets at the very end of Z. But this turned out to be one of the most frustrating figures I've ever had. First off, the arms absolutely suck. You can see that they're kind of like, he's like trying to get his elbows to as close to his hip as possible. You'd think they would have like a joint they could, bring his arm in and out like nearly all these figures have, but no, just swivel up and down, just barely. It's so stiff, and just a little movement there. And you normally would be able to like move his legs in any position, but a friend of mine at the time had the same problem with the feet. Both the feet just break off almost like within a day of having it, and I actually had to super glue the feet into this position here just so he could stand straight up. So that what really frustrated me. So this ended up being one of the most shittiest Vegeta figures I've ever had. The idea is really cool, him in his leather jacket and khakis, and he's totally could become Earthling, but it really turned out to be a very disappointing figure. This was the first Vegeta figure released for GT by Jakks Pacific, and this is a very tough looking Vegeta. you'd barely recognize him going from here to here. You know, he still has his Earth clothes on. He has his leather vest, which can come off to reveal, you know, his wife beater underneath. And he has his shorter hair now, which is alright. Articulation is really good. You know, has but nothing exceptional going on. Just an all-around great figure. Has good amount of detail on it, especially at the top here. Kind of looks like Bart Simpson. But if you get him standing straight up, his legs look terribly weird. Like his one leg is going straight down, but his one leg is kind of kicked off to the side. It's a little weird, but nothing too bad. And last but definitely not least is released by Jakks Pacific, and it is the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Now this is a very nice figure. He has his tail here, which is posable. Has the nice details going on in the face, and brown hair, red fur, and same lower body as the original GT figure, and just really nice looking. I do have another Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta figure. Oh, stand, please. Which was originally released by Bandai. Let's see. I really like that picture that they have here. I won't take him out of the box because he's been out of the box. Just don't feel like taking him out. Just want to show him. But it still has the same leg problem going on here as the other GT Goku or Vegeta. And finally, I have this cute little super deformed Chibi Vegeta. You know, he has this little tough look going on here and can turn his neck all the way around. And it's just a really nice little thing. I also have a Chibi Broly, but I can't find it. So, nice little figure. All around, I'd definitely say my favorite Vegeta figure is this one. It's just so perfect to me. The battle damage is appropriate. The look, the style of it, just awesome. So that wraps up my reviews on my Vegeta figures. Till the next time, thanks for watching.